Now I'll give you some ideas about how the artificial intelligence can be used in different areas: the grammar analyze, generating a full passage, and creating some images. So can anyone from the group tell me if each action for the students is ethical or unethical based on some school policy?
So how can I come up with a way to distinguish the acceptable and unacceptable uses of artificial intelligence? I got it. We must discuss and sort each case into acceptable or unacceptable categories so that it is easy for us to do a research.
Excellent. Now you guys have a better understanding of the boundary of the artificial intelligence.
So the teacher has divided us into two different sides of the benefits and risks of the use of artificial intelligence. So in my opinion, I think using artificial intelligence not only helps students to brainstorm ideas, but also correct grammar in the same time. In that case, it can save more time in studying.
Well, that's a great point. But as far as I can concern, the action of over-reliance on artificial intelligence reduces a person's originality, and simply copying the content of artificial intelligence is actually plagiarism.
Total agree. That's an interesting view about this topic.
The teacher has assigned us individual work of an essay about the proper boundary of artificial intelligence. In more than 150 words. How come I can come up this by my own? The teacher mentioned in class that it is important for us to differentiate the acceptable and unacceptable of artificial intelligence. So maybe I'll firstly explain how to use it responsibly. Then it would be important for me to understand the ethical rules in school, because after that it would be able for me to give examples of what is allowed and not allowed. In a word, I think it is important for us to make zero ambiguity. Finally.
So the main purpose of all these activities are for their better understandings and reflections on the ethical boundary of AI use, while achieving the stated learning goal.
Today, let's learn a new skill, getting AI to help us create exam questions.
If AI sets questions, could it make mistakes?
Sure, but only if you don't give it a good prompt. What we are going to learn today is how to write clear and effective AI instructions. The task is quite simple. Use AI to generate 5 multiple-choice questions for a chapter of an English textbook. However, these questions should test higher-order thinking skills such as analysis and reasoning, rather than rote memorization.
So I have to tell the AI which chapter to generate and what type of questions to include?
Exactly. The clearer the prompt is, the smarter the AI will be.
Help me come up with 5 reading comprehension questions.
It's too vague. You need to tell the AI about the chapters, the levels of thinking, and the format. Try writing like this. Based on Chapter 5 of the Form 3 English textbook, The River, generate 5 multiple-choice questions. Each question tests the student's analytical and reasoning skills, and provide 4 options along with the correct answer explanations.
Wow, it actually has 5 questions. But 2 of them seem not to be closely related to the content of the text.
Then you need to modify the prompt and instruct the AI to ensure that the questions are closely related to the content of the chapters.
Please create 5 multiple-choice questions based on Chapter 5 of the Form 3 English textbook, The River. Ensure that the content is relevant to the text and test students' analytical and evaluation skills. This time it's much better. The questions are more difficult, and they are also more closely related to the text.
Very good. Now you can write complex prompt. Remember, writing a good prompt is to make the AI understand your way of thinking. What did you learn today?
I have learned to use clear and specific prompts to have the AI generate questions automatically, and I have also learned to check the relevance and difficulty of the questions.
This is prompt engineering. Master it, and you will be able to use AI to complete more efficient learning tasks.
Teacher, why are there question marks next to some steps like apply Ohm's law on the screen?
Great observation. Those question marks mean we need to think. Do we know what Ohm's law is? Is this step suitable for solving our question about plant growth? It's how we start analyzing the IE's steps.
And what does identify variables mean? The IE put it as step 1, but I'm confused.
Variables are things that change in an experiment, like sunlight or water when we test plant growth. The IE lists this first to help us figure out what to watch for, but we need to check if it fits our specific question.
Can we delete the steps with question marks if we don't understand them?
Not yet. First, let's discuss why the IE included them. Maybe they're important but we need to learn more, or maybe they don't match our problem. This is how we learn to tell useful steps from less relevant ones.
My IE steps are different from Lily's. Does that mean one of us is wrong?
No, that's normal. IE can generate different problem-solving paths. The key is to analyze each step, check if they make sense for your question, and that's how we practice thinking like scientists.
So why did we draw a gear icon next to measure data and a light bulb for explain energy conversion?
Great question. The gear stands for procedural steps. They're hands-on actions you do, like measuring or calculating. The light bulb is for conceptual steps. They're about ideas and principles, like explaining why something happens.
Our group's mind map has relate force to acceleration around Newton's laws. Is that a conceptual step?
Exactly. It connects a key idea, how force and acceleration work, to the core principle, Newton's laws of motion. Conceptual steps always tie back to scientific principles, which is why we put them around the center.
The whiteboard shows the core principle at the bottom. Why do we need to mark that instead of just listing steps?
Because every step, whether procedural or conceptual, should link to the core principle, Newton's laws here. It helps us see how all the steps work together to explain the science behind our problem.
Our group finished the classification, and you wrote 100% correct categorization. Does that mean we're done?
You sure are. This shows you can tell the difference between hands-on steps and principle-based steps, and you found the core scientific principle. Well done. This is exactly what we needed to complete the task.
Today, many students use AI tools to help them learn. AI can write, explain, and give ideas very quickly.
But here is an important question. Is using AI always the right thing to do? Ethical AI assistance means using AI in a responsible way. AI is used as a helper, not a replacement. For example, students can use AI to understand a topic, check grammar, or get suggestions to improve their work. Academic dishonesty happens when AI is misused.
For example, copying AI answers and submitting them as your own work, or using AI during a test without permission. In these cases, the work does not show the student's real ability. This is considered cheating. Ethical AI use helps you learn and improve. Academic dishonesty avoids learning and breaks the rules. One helps you grow. The other harms your education and honest.
做得很好，谢谢老师。
In conclusion, AI is a powerful learning tool. When used ethically, when misused, it becomes academic dishonesty. Use AI wisely. Learn honestly.
In the mid-20th centuries, several regions come together to form a new Southeast Asia Federation. The federation was planned over several years to ensure smooth formation. Each region contributed a symbol of the federation, showing a collaboration. Citizens welcome the federation with joy and hope for a better future. A central government was created to manage all regions' efficiency. Departments were set up for education, trade, administrator, and infrastructure. Economic development falls on agriculture and emerging industries. Investment was made in schools, hospitals, and roads for progress. People work and learn together, strengthening regional ties. Trade grows between regions, boosting prosperity and the economy for all cities. Festival between regions celebrate the diverse culture within the federation. Over time, the federation achieved unity, progress, and hope for the future.